immigrate in the European Union member states. The world phenomenon of migration and immigration started ever since the Stone Age, the Middle Ages, to the present modern ages. It is no doubt that migration is not a new phenomenon. Migration then gave birth to the spread of humans across the globe, and it then gave birth to diversity and pluralism. Thus, it is no question that humans have been constantly moving the lands of the earth and transferring from one place to another. Due to this, the advent of migration can be seen all around the world, especially in Europe. Migration started in Europe with the different expansion of states and military expansions in the early years of mankind. This population movement substantially continued over the years up to the end of the Second World War, where there was a surge of migration between the European countries. This post-war migration was due to labor recruitment and post-colonial migration. Oh, by the way, in 1985, migration continued to soar as the European Union signs the Schengen Agreement, which then facilitated the free movement of people in EU states. In the early 2000s, European countries have become more multicultural due to the increasing immigrant population of Europe. Currently, there are about 33% of the total immigrant population in the world can be found in Europe. And for me, I want to be part of that 33%. So putting all that aside, Renz, why do you want to immigrate? I'm glad you asked, Renz, and I have three reasons for that. First, Europe offers better work opportunities, which means I get to be employed in a very stable job and enhance my skills more. Amazing, right? For example, in Germany, which has the strongest economy in the European Union because of its high GDP rate and being known for as a lending state to other EU member states, it signifies that immigrants and migrants like me would have a stable job with high-paying salary. Consequently, Luxembourg is known for giving high salaries such as 100,000 pesos per month. So, I love to work in Luxembourg, you know. Secondly, since the European states have low fertility rate and high aging populations, they are allotting a lot of incurred taxes to their citizens' welfare and social security benefits, which means that they need immigrants like me to provide for their welfare. And also, I can get to enjoy these welfare benefits of the state. In fact, Nordic countries, namely Sweden, Norway, Finland, provide welfare benefits such as free education, paternal leave, healthcare subsidies, pensions, and many more. Wow, you're very attractive to me, Europe. Lastly, Europe is a perfect place for entrepreneurial activities. Based on the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, inclusive entrepreneurship policies are intended to provide everyone the opportunity to build their own businesses, regardless of social background, and to improve labor market outcomes. And these policies are very evident in Europe. Who knows, I can build my own business here in Europe after I work in Luxembourg. Truly, it is no doubt that the European economy is great and is doing well. However, it may be peaks and valleys that happens in Europe right now. Immigration in Europe as of the moment is not easy and very tedious. So Renz, why is it not easy to immigrate in Europe? I'm glad you asked, Renz, and have three reasons for that. First reason is due to the recent euro crisis that hits the European countries, wherein pigs, namely Portugal, Ireland, Greece, and Spain, borrow continuously to the EU states like Germany. Due to this, immigrants like me would not enter Europe easily. How, you may ask? This crisis threatens the value of the euro and also threatens the standard of living because there would be price uncertainties. Having an unstable currency means that there would be a decrease in purchasing power. What? This is ridiculous. How could pigs do it? Yeah, pigs caused the euro crisis. Second, we immigrants are seen to be a disruption to the identity and homogeneity of the European nations. Since most of the nations are seen as homogeneous nations, immigrants and host countries cannot fully integrate, resulting to chaotic relationships between immigrants and host countries. This is why integration tests exist in order to understand the culture of the host country, as well as determining if immigrants like me is a skilled worker who can benefit the economy of the host country. Man, but that test is too hard. Yeah, that's true, man. And the final reason is due to the recent wars in the Middle East, which caused migrants and refugee crisis. This migrant and refugee crisis then caused the influx of migrants coming to the EU to seek shelter and protection from wars. However, when EU started accepting migrants from war-torn areas, terrorism then quickly became rampant in EU countries. And this is why terrorism is often associated with us migrants. Hence, more and more EU countries are implementing stricter immigration policies which make it harder for migrants of war-torn areas and as well as regular migrants just like me to enter the European Union. So guys, tell me now, should I immigrate or not?